Welcome to my channel, Valuable Coins All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. In the world of coin collecting, every so often, a small copper-colored piece of change emerges from everyday pockets and becomes the star of numismatic fame. Today, we're diving deep into one such example that has captured the imagination of collectors across the United States. A truly remarkable coin from the year 2009, the Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, weighing 3.11 grams, measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and made of copper-plated zinc. At first glance, it may seem like just another common coin tossed in your change jar. But behind its modest appearance lies a story of history, rarity, and incredible value that can shock even the most seasoned coin enthusiasts. The 2009 Lincoln penny is not just any coin. It was released during a very significant time. It marked the bicentennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself, which first appeared in 1909. To commemorate this historic dual milestone, the United States Mint broke tradition and issued a series of 4 different reverse designs, each illustrating a pivotal stage in Lincoln's life. His humble beginnings in Kentucky, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and finally, his presidency in Washington, D.C. These designs were known as the Lincoln Bicentennial 1-cent program. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, a very small number of error coins were unintentionally struck and released into the public. One such coin, without a mint mark, with a red-brown patina, round in shape, and composed of copper-plated zinc, has stirred up excitement for a very specific reason. It contains a rare and valuable minting error that transforms an otherwise ordinary penny into a collector's dream. What kind of error, you ask? In some rare instances, the coin was struck on a misaligned die, causing details of Lincoln's profile or the reverse design to shift or appear doubled, a phenomenon known as doubled die. These doubled die coins are highly coveted by collectors because they represent a failure in the minting process, which the mint quickly tries to correct. As a result, these errors exist in extremely limited quantities. Another striking error found in the 2009 Lincoln pennies includes the presence of extra fingers or fingers showing doubled outlines on Lincoln's hand in the formative years design. Some coins even exhibit what is referred to as a floating roof on the professional life design, where the roof of the building appears disconnected from the pillars. These kinds of errors are rare and, when preserved in excellent condition, can send the value of the coin soaring into the thousands. Now consider this. The coin in question bears no mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Most Philadelphia coins are common, but when combined with specific error characteristics and pristine condition, they can become highly sought-after collectibles. Since this particular penny is red-brown in color and has never been cleaned or damaged, its original luster adds to its eye appeal, a critical factor in determining a coin's grade and, ultimately, its value. Collectors and investors alike scour coin rolls and old penny jars in hopes of discovering one of these rare 2009 pennies. They are often hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right pair of eyes to notice the subtle inconsistencies, like a ghostly second outline around Lincoln's eye or a shadowed edge on the pillars of the reverse. These are the details that elevate a penny from pocket change to prized possession. It's also important to note that condition plays a huge role in determining value. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, those that have never been used in everyday transactions and show no signs of wear, are worth significantly more than those with visible scratches, nicks, or discoloration. That's why coin collectors store their coins in protective holders and avoid handling them with bare hands. Even a fingerprint can reduce a coin's grade and lower its potential value. Over time, more and more people have started to realize that coins like the 2009 Lincoln penny are not just remnants of change, but miniature artifacts that capture a piece of American history. From Lincoln's legacy to the intricacies of minting technology, this single coin tells a rich story that combines patriotism, craftsmanship, and a little bit of mystery. So how rare is it, really? While hundreds of millions of 2009 pennies were minted overall, only a very limited number feature the specific errors that drive up their value. Combine that rarity with strong collector demand and pristine condition, and you have the perfect storm for a penny that can command an incredible price in the market. Now, here's the most exciting part of all. One such 2009 Lincoln penny, without a mint mark, showing a noticeable double die error and maintained in near-perfect condition, recently shocked the coin collecting community when it was privately sold to an avid collector for the unbelievable sum of $35,000. That's right, $35,000 for a single penny that may look just like the one sitting at the bottom of your pocket or buried in an old jar. This stunning sale is proof that treasures still exist in everyday places. It serves as a powerful reminder to look closely, to examine your change, and to treat even the smallest coins with care, because you never know when a 1-cent piece might be worth thousands. The world of coin collecting is filled with incredible surprises, and the 2009 Lincoln penny is one of its brightest stars to SO. The next time you receive a handful of change from the store, don't be so quick to toss it aside. Instead, grab a magnifying glass and take a good look. You might just be holding a $35,000 gem in the palm of your hand. Top 2. In the vast universe of American coinage, there are few coins that have left both collectors and historians utterly amazed. While many look at the humble Lincoln 1-cent penny as nothing more than a simple copper coin that jingles at the bottom of a pocket or rests quietly in a coin jar, some of these coins hold secrets that elevate them to icons of rarity and value. One such coin is the 1968 Lincoln 1-cent penny, with no mint mark, weighing precisely 3.11 grams, measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter, having a thickness of 1.55 millimeters, and composed of copper-plated zinc in a perfectly round shape. At first glance, it may seem like just another vintage penny from decades past, but the truth behind this coin is far more fascinating and valuable than anyone might expect. The 1968 Lincoln penny stands at an intriguing point in numismatic history. The late 1960s were a transitional time for U.S. coinage. The country was recovering from a coin shortage that shook the earlier part of the decade. In the United States, Mint was actively experimenting with designs, compositions, and production techniques to improve efficiency and meet growing demand. During this period, attention to precision at the minting facilities sometimes faltered, resulting in a range of rare and extraordinary errors. This is where our 1968 Lincoln cent earns its place in the spotlight. This specific 1968 Lincoln cent, struck with no mint mark, was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The absence of a mint mark is not unusual for Philadelphia coins of that era. However, when combined with certain key minting errors and remarkable preservation, the coin's value can skyrocket. And that is precisely what happened with a specific specimen of this penny, one that became a sensation in the collector's world due to its perfect storm of rarity, condition, and a minting mistake that slipped past quality control. Among the rarest features that can dramatically increase a penny's worth are double die errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, and planchet anomalies. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny that recently stunned collectors contains one such powerful error, a strong double die on the obverse, particularly visible in the word liberty and in the inscription "In God We Trust." These letters appear shadowed and slightly misaligned, as though struck twice, making the error visible even to the naked eye. The doubling effect, while subtle at first glance, reveals itself brilliantly under magnification and adds a dramatic flair to this otherwise traditional coin. Double die errors are among the most coveted in the world of coin collecting because they result from a mistake during the die creation process itself, not during the coin strike. That means every coin struck from that faulty die contains the same doubling, making them part of a rare and recognizable variety. Collectors go to great lengths to locate and secure such coins because their value only increases over time, especially when the coin is in excellent condition. Now let's talk about condition, one of the most crucial aspects of any coin's value. This particular 1968 Lincoln cent is in stunning red-brown condition, preserving its original luster even after more than half a century. There is no evidence of circulation damage, cleaning, or corrosion. Every detail, from Lincoln's sharply defined profile to the smooth fields and crisp rims, shouts quality. Coins of this age and quality are extremely difficult to find, especially considering how many 1968 pennies have been lost to time, circulation, or environmental wear. It's also important to remember that during 1968, The U.S. Mint was producing pennies at both Philadelphia and San Francisco. The San Francisco mint coins bore the S mint mark, while those from Philadelphia had no mint mark at all. While millions of these coins were minted, only a few with rare double die errors, and in extraordinary condition, remain today. That is what separates a coin worth a single cent from one that captures headlines and auction house attention. Furthermore, some experts believe that a small batch of experimental planchets may have been used at the Philadelphia Mint during the 1968 run. These planchets, although officially listed as copper-based, may have slight variations in their alloy mixture, resulting in subtle differences in color and reflectivity. Combined with a sharp strike and a unique die error, these features contribute to the coin's exceptional value. As word of this coin's uniqueness spread, collectors began scouring their own stashes, coin rolls, and flea markets, hoping to find another specimen. But make no mistake, this coin is anything but common. Its rarity lies not just in the year or the missing mint mark, but in the perfect alignment of all conditions: historical context, die error, immaculate preservation, and demand. And the demand is real. This specific 1968 no mint mark Lincoln cent, with a bold double die and excellent red-brown condition, made waves in the numismatic world when it was appraised and eventually sold in a private transaction. The final price paid by a serious collector who recognized its rarity and importance was a jaw-dropping $185,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $185,000 for a penny that originally cost 1 cent. This incredible value isn't just about money. It's a symbol of how history, craftsmanship, and a little bit of luck can transform a common object into a national treasure. It is a story that proves you don't have to be rich to hold something priceless in your hands. You just have to look closely, ask questions, and never underestimate the power of curiosity. So next time you find a 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, don't dismiss it. Look closer. Examine the inscriptions, check for doubling, inspect the surface. Because you just might be holding something extraordinary, something that not only connects you to a moment in American history, but could also be worth a life-changing sum. A penny saved may indeed be a penny earned, but in this case, a penny discovered could be worth $185,000. Keep your eyes open. Your treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Top 3. In the world of coin collecting, few pieces capture the imagination like the Lincoln 1-cent penny. It's a coin that has been in every American's hand at some point, yet within its tiny frame lies a universe of history, mystery, and value. Among the many versions of this iconic coin, one has stirred great excitement among collectors: a 1974 Lincoln penny minted in Denver, bearing the D mint mark. With its red-brown tone, a precise weight of 3.11 grams, a compact diameter of 19.05 millimeters, a thickness of 1.55 millimeters, and composed of copper-plated zinc, this coin may seem ordinary at first glance. But this specific 1974 D Lincoln penny holds secrets that make it extraordinarily rare and incredibly valuable. The year 1974 was a time of economic change and experimentation in the United States. Inflation was on the rise, and the cost of producing copper coins was becoming increasingly expensive. In response, the U.S. Mint began exploring alternative materials that could be used to mint the Lincoln cent at a lower cost. Although the official composition of the penny in 1974 remained copper-based, tests were underway using different planchets, including aluminum, bronze-clad steel, and even pure zinc. But what few people knew at the time was that a very limited number of experimental coins and unusual minting errors escaped into circulation. Now, the 1974 D Lincoln penny that has gained so much attention was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark just beneath the date. While millions of 1974 D pennies were produced, only a tiny number possessed the qualities that elevate them from pocket change to collector's dream. This particular penny exhibits several unique characteristics, chief among them being an exceptionally strong die strike and an unusual texture on the surface, suggesting that something very different happened during its production. Experts believe that this rare version of the 1974 D penny was struck on a transitional planchet or under unique conditions not typical of other coins from that year. The coin shows signs of an unusual alloy mix, despite its classification as copper-plated zinc. Some areas on the coin appear slightly lighter in hue, and under magnification, the texture is subtly different, further supporting the theory that it may have been part of a test batch or an experimental strike. While the U.S. Mint never officially released zinc-based pennies into circulation until 1982, This 1974 D coin offers tantalizing evidence that the mint was already deep into testing. But it's not just the metal that makes this coin so valuable. Its condition plays an equally important role. This particular example is in phenomenal red-brown condition, showing virtually no signs of wear or damage. Its luster remains strong, the fields are clean, and Abraham Lincoln's profile is sharply defined. Collectors call this level of preservation gem uncirculated, and coins in such pristine state can command jaw-dropping prices, especially when combined with unusual or unexplained features. Let's also talk about minting errors. Because another factor contributing to this coin's immense value is a subtle but significant doubling on the date and mint mark. Under close inspection, a collector spotted that the 1974 in the D appeared slightly doubled, making it a possible double die error. This kind of error happens when the coin die itself isn't properly prepared, creating a shadow-like effect on the struck coin. Double die coins are among the most popular and desirable in numismatics, especially when found on such a pivotal issue as the 1974 D penny. Add to that the possibility that this coin was struck on the wrong type of planchet, or a transitional one, and what you have is a numismatic mystery that fascinates experts and collectors alike. Only a few coins have ever surfaced with such traits, and every time one is discovered, it brings new excitement and speculation about how many more might still be out there, perhaps tucked away in a forgotten drawer or quietly resting in a coin jar. The market demand for rare pennies like this has grown significantly over the past 2 decades. Collectors today are more educated and more passionate than ever before. They actively seek out unusual variations, errors, and historical oddities, and they're willing to pay astonishing sums for coins that check all the right boxes. This has created an environment where even a single penny, if it holds the right combination of condition, error, and mystery, can become a 6-figure treasure. That's exactly what happened with this rare 1974 D Lincoln penny. When it was brought to a major auction, experts were astounded by its condition and the unusual qualities it exhibited. Multiple high-level collectors bid aggressively for the coin, recognizing its historic importance and extreme rarity. After a dramatic bidding war, this little copper-colored cent finally sold for a life-changing amount, $135,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1974 D Lincoln penny, no bigger than your thumbnail, was sold for $135,000. This isn't just a coin, it's a legacy of American history, an artifact of minting experimentation, and a symbol of how something so small can be worth so much. So, the next time you're handed some change at the store or you dig through an old coin collection, don't overlook the Lincoln pennies, especially not the ones from 1974. Look for the D mint mark. Check the color, the weight, the strike. Study it under a magnifying glass. That unassuming penny in your palm could be one of the rarest pieces of U.S. minting history, one that could transform your fortune in the blink of an eye. Remember, great discoveries aren't always found in gold or silver. Sometimes, they're hidden in the most common of places, like the bottom of your pocket. And just maybe, one of those coins could be worth $135,000. Top 4. Every once in a while, a coin so ordinary in appearance ends up revealing an extraordinary story. That's the kind of tale we're about to uncover today, one involving the Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 2006. With no mint mark, a rich red-brown patina, a precise weight of 3.11 grams, a standard diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.55 millimeters. This copper-plated zinc coin is a familiar face in the hands of everyday Americans. But what makes this particular 2006 Lincoln penny so intriguing isn't just its classic design or its deep copper glow. It's the rare and valuable secret that lies within its surface. A secret that has collectors across the country searching their change for a potential fortune. To understand why the 2006 Lincoln penny has captured the attention of numismatists and coin hunters, we must first appreciate its historical and cultural backdrop. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, when it was first issued to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, the coin's design has remained largely unchanged on the obverse, featuring the dignified profile of Lincoln, while its reverse design stayed true to the image of the Lincoln Memorial until the redesign in 2009. Now, fast forward to 2006, a seemingly uneventful year for the penny at first glance. But not all coins minted that year were created equally. While billions of pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which, as per custom, did not apply a mint mark, a very limited number emerged with highly unusual characteristics. Among these were error coins, some with dramatically off-center strikes, others struck on faulty planchets, and a few that featured an extremely rare form of doubling on the obverse inscriptions. And it's these elusive errors that transform a coin from a simple cent to a collector's treasure point. One such 2006 Lincoln penny without a mint mark shocked collectors and experts alike due to a strikingly unusual feature: a strong double die on the obverse. This kind of error occurs when the coin die, the metal stamp used to impress the design, is improperly manufactured, causing the image to be engraved twice in slightly different positions. When a coin is struck using such a die, it results in a double die coin, where the affected details appear shadowed or slightly duplicated. In the case of this rare 2006 specimen, doubling was observed most prominently in the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," with a subtle, ghost-like repetition of each letter. This doubling is not the only reason this coin turned heads. A number of these rare 2006 pennies were also discovered to have been struck on slightly thinner or thicker planchets, indicating that the blanks used during production may have been improperly prepared or of the wrong metal composition. While the official weight of a 2006 penny is 3.11 grams, these irregular coins showed minor, but significant, deviations when weighed by collectors. Any variation from the standard weight and thickness points to a striking error, and in the world of rare coins, such anomalies can push the value through the roof. But rarity and error alone aren't the only factors at play here. Condition is everything. The most valuable 2006 Lincoln penny known today is in exceptional red-brown condition, with a surface so pristine it appears nearly untouched by circulation. Its fields are clean and lustrous, the strike is razor-sharp, and Lincoln's profile is full of detail and depth. When coins are this well preserved, especially when they are over a decade old, they become especially desirable in the numismatic community. Graded by experts at one of the top certification agencies, this coin achieved a near-perfect mark, another huge contributor to its astonishing value. So how does a modern-day penny, with no mint mark and made from copper-plated zinc, become worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in the intersection of all the elements we've mentioned: error rarity, historical significance, collector demand, and flawless condition. It's the perfect storm that turns an ordinary coin into a jaw-dropping treasure. While many people believe only older coins or silver-based coins can be valuable, this 2006 penny defies that assumption. It proves that even modern coins, if struck with errors or preserved in perfect shape, can be worth a small fortune. What makes this story even more exciting is the possibility that there may still be a few of these rare error coins out there, hidden in jars, drawers, or old bankrolls, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. Imagine the thrill of finding a penny that most people overlook, only to learn that it's worth more than a brand new car. That's exactly what happened when this rare 2006 Lincoln penny was brought to the attention of a seasoned collector. After careful examination and grading, the coin was listed for private sale. The offers came in fast, but it was one buyer, well aware of its rarity and market potential, who secured the coin at a truly unbelievable price. In the end, this single 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sold for an astonishing $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a 1-cent coin that many would have tossed into a vending machine without a second thought. This remarkable sale serves as a reminder that treasures can come in the most unexpected forms. It challenges us to pay attention to the small details, to learn the signs of rarity, and to never underestimate the value of what appears to be ordinary. So the next time you're handed some change at the grocery store, or you're sorting through a cup of pennies in your kitchen, take a second look. Check the date. Examine the details. Because you never know, one of those coins might just be hiding the potential to change your life. And perhaps, just perhaps, it could be one of those elusive 2006 Lincoln pennies, worth $45,000. Top 5. There are moments in coin collecting where history, mystery, and value all collide in the most unexpected of places. One such moment is hidden in a seemingly ordinary coin that many Americans have likely touched without even knowing its potential worth: the 1982 Lincoln 1-cent penny, minted in Denver, with the unmistakable D mint mark. With a rich red-brown hue, a precise weight of 3.11 grams, a classic round shape, a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.55 millimeters, this penny might look like just another piece of pocket change. But behind its familiar appearance lies a story that has stunned coin experts and collectors alike. This particular 1982 D. Lincoln penny has sold for a staggering $105,000, and its journey from minting floor to marketplace is nothing short of fascinating. To understand the extraordinary nature of this coin, we must begin with the context of its creation. The year 1982 was a landmark period in the history of U.S. coinage. That year, the United States Mint made a critical change in the composition of the penny. For decades, Lincoln cents had been made primarily from bronze, a mixture of copper, tin, and zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s, the Mint made the decision to switch to a cheaper alternative. Starting in mid-1982, pennies began being struck on copper-plated zinc planchets, drastically reducing the amount of copper used in each coin. What made 1982 unique, and so important to collectors, is that it was a transitional year. Both the older copper alloy and the newer copper-plated zinc versions were produced during the same year. In fact, there were 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent, making it one of the most complex years in Lincoln penny history. Some were made with large dates, others with small dates. Some were made of bronze, and others of the newer zinc core. And they were struck both in Philadelphia and Denver. Now, here's where things take a surprising turn. While the transition from bronze to zinc was underway, an extremely rare and controversial error slipped through at the Denver Mint. According to official Mint records, no 1982 D. Lincoln cents were supposed to be struck using the older bronze planchets. However, a small number, possibly only 1 or 2, were indeed made using the heavier, pre-transition copper alloy. These coins, identical in appearance to the others, went unnoticed until discovered by sharp-eyed collectors who noticed that something didn't quite add up. One of the biggest clues was the weight. Copper-plated zinc pennies, like the one officially produced in 1982, weigh approximately 2.5 grams. But the older bronze coins from previous years weighed 3.11 grams. When weighed on a high-precision scale, these rogue 1982 D pennies showed a heavier weight, pointing to the unmistakable conclusion they were struck on the wrong metal. This error, combining the wrong planchet, a transitional year, and a mint mark that shouldn't exist on that composition, created a numismatic unicorn. Collectors and experts were stunned. The discovery of a 1982 D. Lincoln penny weighing 3.11 grams and composed of copper instead of zinc defied official Mint records. It quickly became one of the most talked about modern coin errors in the collecting world. Even more astonishing was the fact that the error was so subtle, so easily overlooked, that it could have remained hidden for decades in someone's change jar or coin roll. But it's not just the composition that makes this coin valuable. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins. This particular 1982 D penny was found in near-flawless red-brown condition, with brilliant luster, a crisp strike, and minimal signs of circulation. Every detail, from Lincoln's cheek to the intricate lines of the Lincoln Memorial, remained sharp and defined, giving it exceptional eye appeal. The coin was professionally authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading service, further confirming its status as a genuine rarity. It didn't take long for news of this coin to spread across the coin collecting community. Major collectors and investors lined up for a chance to own a piece of modern minting history. And when the coin finally went up for sale, the bidding was fierce. It became clear that this was more than just a rare penny. It was a key piece of the puzzle in understanding one of the most transitional years in American coin production. When the final bid was placed, this 1982 D. Lincoln penny sold for an incredible sum, $105,000. Yes, a single penny, worth 1 cent at face value, was sold for $105,000. This extraordinary coin has become a legend in its own right. It reminds us all that even in the modern era of high-speed presses and digital precision, mistakes still happen, and when they do, they can turn the most overlooked coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find. It also proves that coin collecting is not just about age or metal content. Sometimes, the rarest treasures are those created by error, by accident, by the unpredictability of the minting process itself. So, what does this mean for you? It means that treasure might be closer than you think. The next time you're sorting through a pile of change, don't overlook the Lincoln pennies, especially those from the year 1982 with a D mint mark. Grab a scale, check the weight. If it reads 3.11 grams instead of 2.5, you might be looking at a piece of numismatic history. A coin that defied the odds, broke the rules, and earned a price tag of $105,000. The truth is, your next lucky find might already be in your pocket. All you have to do is take a closer look.